Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the Hanaz Writers Weekly Podcast, trusted hub for inspiration, innovation, and everything that bridges the magical world of writing with the power of next generation artificial intelligence. I'm delighted to have you with me today. Whether you're a novelist working on your 10th book, an excited beginner starting your very first short story, or a content writer looking for smarter creative tools, I promise you, today's episode is going to be especially interesting. If you've been following our journey, you already know that over the past few weeks, we've taken a deep dive into both the challenges writers face with and without AI, and the solutions we've built inside Hanaz AI, both free and paid. And the aim of this was just to make writing faster, more enjoyable, and professional. In the first episodes, we explored how a lack of AI tools can slow down creativity, reduce writing quality, or simply make the process more exhausting than it should be. Then we introduced the free version of Hanaz AI, including modules like the story name provider, the story expander, selling predictions, script refiner, and our cover creator. Many of you have already started using these tools, and we've received wonderful messages, questions, and feedback. Then in podcast 6, we shifted gears. We entered the world of the paid version of Hanaz Writers AI, our full professional suite designed for writers who want a serious creative partner, not just a helper. In podcast 6, I give you a complete overview of the paid version, how it works, what's included, and how it's different from the free version, and why so many writers are choosing to upgrade for only £3.99 per month. But today we begin a new and deeper journey. Today is the first episode where we break down each paid module individually, giving you clear examples, full explanations, insights, and real reasons why professional writers around the world are choosing Hanaz as their creative companion. So let's begin this detailed exploration with the first major tool in the paid version, the one many writers say is worth more than the entire subscription alone, the AI Story Name Professional. Let's start with something every writer has experienced. You've written a great story, you've outlined your chapters, your characters feel alive, your world is rich, mysterious, emotional, or adventurous, and then your story needs a name. And suddenly, the entire writing process comes to a stop. Because naming a story, naming your book, is one of the hardest creative decisions you will ever make. Titles matter, more than we often realize. A great title can do the following: attract a reader in less than 2 seconds, create curiosity, establish the genre, communicate emotion or atmosphere, make the book memorable, increase click through rates and sales, make your book stand out in a crowded market, and strengthen your brand as an author. On the other hand, a weak title can do the following: it can reduce the perceived quality of your story, confuse readers about the genre, make the book feel generic, reduce visibility on Amazon and other platforms, lower sales even if the story itself is excellent. This is not just a theory, it's real. Writers spend days, sometimes weeks, trying to choose the perfect title. Many publish books they love with titles they do not love, simply because they ran out of ideas. This is exactly why we created the AI Story Name Professional, our advanced book naming system inside the paid version of Hanaz Writers AI. Moving on to the next section, what is AI Story Name Professional? AI Story Name Professional is one of the most intelligent, detailed, and creative title generation systems available for writers today. Unlike simple title generators you may find online, which give you generic or recycled names, our system is built to produce real, meaningful story-connected book titles. This module uses a highly advanced AI structure that analyzes the full summary of your story, the plot, conflicts, genre, emotional tone, themes, and hidden symbolism to produce hundreds of unique title suggestions, titles that match the genre perfectly, titles that sound professional and publish ready, titles that help your book stand out, titles tailored to the emotional and narrative direction of your story. When you enter your story summary, the system does not just pick random words or cliches. It studies your entire narrative and generates romance titles with emotional resonance, fantasy titles with mythic or adventurous energy, thriller titles with suspense and sharp tension, sci-fi titles with futuristic concepts, historical fiction titles with cultural depth, children's book titles with fun, warmth, and imagination, and so on. Every suggestion is crafted with the intention to match what readers expect in your genre while remaining original. And the best part? There is no limit. With the paid version, for only £3.99 a month, you can generate hundreds of titles every single day without any restrictions. You can refine your summary, explore themes, try variations, and collect ideas until you find the perfect title. Moving on to the next part, which is how the process works. Let me walk you through the process as if you were using the tool right now. Step 1. Login. Once you have an active paid subscription, you log into your Hanaz Writers dashboard. Step 2. Navigate to the AI Story Namer Professional. You can find this inside the Paid Tools section. Step 3. Enter your story summary. This is the heart of the system. The more detailed your summary, the richer and more accurate the titles will be. You might include main characters, setting, plot overview, themes, conflicts, ending direction, genre, or emotional tone. For example, this is a fantasy story set in a floating kingdom where a young girl discovers a forbidden magical power that connects her to an ancient prophecy. Or, this is a slow burn romance about two strangers healing from personal trauma and learning to trust again. The system reads and understands all of this. Step 4. The AI generates professional titles. Within seconds, you get a large list of titles, multiple subcategories, genre-specific variations, symbolic and metaphorical titles, direct and simple titles, dramatic and powerful titles, poetic titles, market-friendly commercial titles, and you can scroll and save or refine any of these, as well as being able to regenerate them too. Step 5. Choose your final title. You're able to compare options and select a title that best represents your work. Writers say this feels like having a creative assistant who understands both literature and marketing. Moving on to the next section, let's look at a few examples to understand the power of this tool. Using our first example, a romance novel. Writer's working title would come across like this: Love Again. This title is too common. The AI will produce the following alternatives: When the Heart Remembers, Pieces of Us Still Breathing, A Promise in the Quiet Light, The Weight of Falling Slowly, or Where Our Wounds Used to Be. Each of these is emotional, powerful, and market ready. Our next example is thriller. The writer's working title may be Murder in the City. This is too generic. The AI will produce the following alternatives: Shadows Beneath the 7th Street Bridge, The Last Witness Left Standing, Echoes of a Broken Alibi, Cold Intentions, Silence in the Evidence Room. Now we're talking real thriller vibes. Our next example is fantasy, and the writer's working title may be The Magic Stone. The AI alternatives will be the following: The Stone That Sang to the Skies, Crown of the Whispering Light, The Last Ember of Aria, Guardians of the Silver Veil. These titles sound like publishable fantasy novels. This is the power of the AI Story Name Professional. Moving on to the next section, why this tool matters more than you think. Many writers underestimate the role of a title, but in a digital world, Amazon Kindle, Kobo, Goodreads, titles are everything. Your title is your book's first impression. It's the billboard. It determines whether a reader clicks or scrolls past you. In the past, writers have had to rely on friends, editors, or endless brainstorming sessions to find a unique title. Now, with Hanaz AI, we're giving you the instant access to a fully professional naming system. Some writers have told us the following: The title Hanaz AI suggested helped me reshape my story theme. Others have said, I found a title within 5 minutes that I could not find in 6 months. And many have said, this module alone is worth the monthly subscription. Part 6. A message to new and experienced writers. If you are writing your first book, rewriting an old story, preparing a manuscript for self-publishing, getting ready to submit to new publishers, or simply brainstorming new ideas, the AI Story Name Professional can become one of the most valuable tools in your entire writing process. Titles shape identity. Titles shape emotion. Titles shape marketing. Titles shape expectations. And most of all, titles shape your author brand. That's why we place this module at the top of the paid version, because you know how much of an impact a single great title can have on the success of your book. And at £3.99 per month, the value is unmatched. And this brings us to the end of podcast 7, our deep dive into the AI Story Name Professional tool inside of the Hanaz Writers AI paid version. In the next episode, podcast 8, we shall continue exploring the paid suite, moving into another advanced module, one that many writers are extremely excited about. I won't spoil the surprise just yet, but I can tell you this. If naming your book was the first step, the next step is going to shape the heart of the storytelling process. So stay tuned, follow us, subscribe, and make sure you don't miss the next episode. Thank you very much for spending your time with me today. Thank you very much for supporting Hanaz Writers. And thank you for believing in the future of creativity. Until next time, keep writing, keep dreaming, and let Hanaz AI walk beside you through every chapter.